Okay, welcome back everyone. We've got the front half, the hard top, pretty much done. The gray paint came and it needed thinner, and I didn't know that, and I didn't want to wait another 2 weeks. And I thought just flat gray is going to look stupid. So then I went to Home Depot. My wife came up with the idea to do it the bronze, like Jimmy, like my truck. It looks good, pretty good on the front and the sides. Anytime you do a big area like that with spray cans, you're going to have a little bit of tiger striping. Trust me, I tried to cover it up. But that's going to be on the top. Nobody's really going to see that. So I didn't worry about it too much. But I think it's going to be cool that the Jeep matches the truck. Anyway, I'm going to pause here and go out because I just painted the back half. Where's my... Okay, so I set up a paint booth out here, a little fan, and the back painted. I took the bars off, put the redneck pipe insulation, and then just add some 3-inch duct tape. It really looks rednecky, but maybe I'll look and see if I can find some actual roll bar padding. But for now, when I want to throw the front half on the back half, it'll just sit up there on those bars. And so I'm really excited. Our Jimmy, he's bronze metallic, and I found this paint. So the factory Jimmy paint is 40 bucks a can, and you have to put clear on it. This $9.99 a can. I know it's not going to have the same durability, but again, a few tiger stripes on the top. My wife just came by and said, "Why don't you shoot them the other way?" And I said, "Then I'll just have stripes the other way. You just can't cover a large area with spray cans. Or if you can, and you know how, leave a comment, please." But I've never had any luck with it. Got the TJ doors off. Gonna rain again, so I got the Jeep jacket on the Jeep. This little rack I got for 40 bucks on Temu has worked out really good to hold that thing. For now, I'm just gonna bolt the top rails back on, then my wife and I can lift it up by that, and we'll bring it back and set it on the ground. So the only thing left really is the carpet on the inside of that. So that'll probably be next. Thanks for watching. Okay, here's my first attempt to get carpet in here. Very rough. I'm going to trim off the front pieces because I'll need those back there. I don't think there's any way I can do this seamless, but I can make a decent template of the cardboard for back there and cut that and glue it on. And it'll really just be seams in the back corners then. So anyway, I'll get it cut and then film a little bit more. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but I decided to test fit a piece. I sprayed both sides, let it sit for a minute until it got tacky, and then I put this stuff on. The other stuff I used, we brushed on. Oh, I guess I'm trying to find an easier option because that was a pain. And it took forever to dry because the humidity was high. Anyway, I got that cut in the driveway. Rough cut. Okay, I've been doing my farmer's walks every day, so I have my dumbbells out here. But there's a kink right in front of the dumbbells that was from it being rolled on the bar, or the cardboard piece, how it was shipped. That's kind of screwing me up, so I'm going to let that sit out there. And I'm going to go get the front half, and see if there's any place that's loose from that glue, because we didn't get it on evenly. And of course, you're probably not supposed to bond to a rough surface, but I could sand that down if it doesn't bond. Or you know what, I just put a little shot of gray paint in there. It doesn't look great. It's the top of a roof. It's only going to be on the Jeep 3 months a year, so doing the best I can, but I'm not going to spend hours on it. Back in a bit. Okay, so the front half's out here. I didn't film this part because it was very sad, very depressing. I put this on a week ago using this, and I followed the directions best I could because it was meant for subfloor carpet, subfloor. Anyway, put it on as thick as we could, and maybe it was too thick, but just now I came and I could peel the whole, so I peeled one whole side back, like here to the middle, and then it was still wet. I mean, it hadn't even begun to dry, and it's been a week and a half. Took it in the basement because it was humid out here. So I wiped it off best I could, sprayed the spray glue on it both sides, rolled it down with a carpet roller, and then I did this side. So I guess now we play the waiting game to see if, number one, this sticks, or whether I have to pull it all off, get new carpet, start all over, and number two, that little tiny piece by the masking tape sticks to that rough bedliner shit, which I probably shouldn't have done. Anyway, hey, I'm retired. Gives me something to do, right? That's it for now. I'll update you later. Okay, here's my first attempt to get carpet in here. Very rough. I'm going to trim off the front pieces because I'll need those back there. I don't think there's any way I can do this seamless, but I can make a decent template of the cardboard for back there and cut that and glue it on. And it'll really just be seams in the back corners then. So anyway, I'll get it cut and then film a little bit more. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but I decided to test fit a piece. I sprayed both sides, let it sit for a minute until it got tacky, and then I put this stuff on. The other stuff I used, we brushed on. Oh, I guess I'm trying to find an easier option because that was a pain. And it took forever to dry because the humidity was high. Anyway, I got that cut in the driveway. Rough cut. Okay, I've been doing my farmer's walks every day, so I have my dumbbells out here. But there's a kink right in front of the dumbbells that was from it being rolled on the bar, or the cardboard piece, how it was shipped. That's kind of screwing me up, so I'm going to let that sit out there. And I'm going to go get the front half, and see if there's any place that's loose from that glue. We didn't get it on evenly, and of course you're probably not supposed to bond to a rough surface, but I could sand that down if it doesn't bond. Or you know what, I just put a little shot of gray paint in there. It doesn't look great. It's the top of a roof. It's only going to be on the Jeep 3 months a year, so doing the best I can, but I'm not going to spend hours on it. Back in a bit. Okay, it looks like we're recording back to the half top front. Never could get this to set up. It's still just wet and sticky. It's sat out in the sun for weeks now. Can't get anything to stick. If I try and sand it off, it just gums up the paper. So plan B, I had some fiberglass Bondo left from a motorhome project. So I just gonna put some double stick tape. Where's my piece of this? So I've got the 1/2 inch fiberboard. Obviously it's not gonna cover the whole thing, but I'm gonna glue carpet to that. And then I'm gonna put down some double stick tape on these strips. And hopefully that works. If not, I guess I'll just have to paint the whole thing this dark gray and just leave it like that for now. But I thought I'd give it one more shot, so we shall see. This is about ready to sand, so I'm gonna go sand that smooth. And then I'll try my double stick tape and see how good it sticks to it. Then I'll be back. All right, it's on. Hopefully this chapter of my life has come to a conclusion. Looks pretty good. Like I said, a lot of this is mostly covered by sun visors. That's by the speaker bar, sides of the roll bar pad. So if I ever look up while I'm driving, I'll just see this nice little piece. A lot of work, but I'm happy with the way it turned out. And that's it for now. Now we are. Hey Rich, what are you doing? Okay, so, oh great, I've got a spider that wants to make his home on my wet paint. Go away, spider. Okay, so this door's done. Top is done. There's the carpet. I'm gonna go unmask this, put everything on the Jeep. I got a new cover for it too, so I can just keep it out here with no top. Anyway, I'm gonna put everything back on it, and then that'll wrap up this episode because everything will be done. Back in a few. Okay, if we are ready, I'm gonna do the big reveal. There's the Jeep. Top on. I still love those headlights. This side, not perfect by any means, but pretty good for a 40-year-old vehicle. So I got the doors on. I need to wash that window again. Here we go, doors, both sides. And then there's my top. I left this on because it holds the car cover up a little bit so that the water doesn't lay on the top of the Jeep. I'm gonna go, still loving the Cherokee seats. Yeah, because this seat's wet because some of the water came in. Windows again need cleaned. The whole thing needs washed. Okay, so if you remember, I redid this because I hated that latch. Now I've got this working. I can just pop that open. Don't have this mounted. I was going to mount that maybe up there. For right now, the dogs are just back here. But that's the back view. Nothing on the ceiling here except bed liner. Then I've got this that I can lock. I need to repaint again. And oh, I must have locked one of these two so I can shut it from the front or the back. That I still need to cover. I got the drawer here to hold stuff like bungees. That works good. I'm loving it. You remember I did the drop down tailgate for the CJ, like a CJ Jeep. Swing out tire carrier. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, it's just, I'm gonna extend. One day I may still put the latch on, but the latch was making it too heavy for these to hold up. So it's not gonna stay unless the tailgate. But if I had latches, it would latch right there. Although I don't know why I would want that open and the tailgate not open. They're still just a little weak. But anyway, I think that's gonna be it. I still have other stuff I want to do. I haven't put the new throttle body. I've got a throttle body off of a 4.0. I was going to put that on. Still got the check engine light on. Got to figure that out. I have till the end of August to get this thing licensed in Colorado. I did take those bars off, but the mounts are still there. They could still go on. This top could still sit up on there. I just took them off because of the car cover. I was afraid they were going to tear it. But that's it. Ooh, that's a 3-minute video. That's long. Again, everything needs to be cleaned up. I mean, the thing's just been sitting out in the weather all summer. So, but not bad. I don't know if I'm thrilled with the top color. I do like the fact that it matches the Jimmy. I should have parked it out here by it, but I think the Jimmy's got a little bit more green in it. But still. So that's going to be it for a while. Oh, I just started a new webpage. If you're an older person like me that wants to stay in shape, it's called beatagewithease.com. All one word, Beat Age with Ease. I've got my 10-minute workout that my wife and I do once a week. Super hard weight training, one set to failure, based on Charlie Jones's philosophy. He's the founder of Nautilus and old school bodybuilder. Anyway, we do that once a week. There's other information on there, adding to it daily. Check it out. My continued videos on this channel, it will be that trailer. Let's start working on that next, now that the Jeep is 98% done. But anyway, thanks for watching, and leave me any comments if you think I've done a good job or a bad job or whatever you think of the Jeep here. And I'll see you on the next video. Might be a while.